Trump is trying to vilify Jeb Bush and Paul Ryan. He says they're the portion of the party that he's trying to link Ron DeSantis to. He's also working on nickname Ron Dishonest, Ron De-Establishment, or Tiny D.
Brian Kilmeade, not a fan of Donald Trump's nicknames for Ron DeSantis. He's about to explain why. Let's take a look.
I don't know. I mean, if people are uncomfortable, it's hard to label somebody who's so similar to him with a nickname. It makes everybody on all sides seemingly uncomfortable, even people reporting it.
Wrong. It makes me very comfortable. In fact, it makes me jovial, it makes me happy, it makes me entertained and amused. So I think Tiny D is pretty hilarious.
Yeah, look, Kilmeade and the rest of the bunch didn't mind when Trump was given all sorts of nicknames to Democrats. He didn't seem uncomfortable reporting it then. He seemed very comfortable, right? And even in the 2016 primaries, when they thought he was a sideshow, but they liked that he was pushing tax cuts for the rich, etc. They're like, oh yeah, attaboy, Trump. Oh, isn't it funny? He calls him Little Marco, Sleepy Jeb, etc. But now that it's their boy DeSantis, all of a sudden, this is not funny, man. All of a sudden, I'm uncomfortable. And why is Kilmeade and other Fox News hosts uncomfortable? Because we now see it in the transcripts in the Dominion lawsuit. Yeah, Murdoch doesn't want Trump, and Murdoch thinks Trump is crazy. Murdoch clearly later we found out, and this is obvious, both Murdoch and almost all the Republican donors want DeSantis. So when they tell their multi-millionaire anchor, hey, your multi-million-dollar check depends on you doing propaganda for DeSantis instead of Trump, all of a sudden he's uncomfortable with the nicknames Trump is giving to political opponents. What a turn of events.
You know, I'm so comfortable with Trump and his nicknames that the cherry on top is witnessing Brian Kilmeade feel discomfort or uncomfortable in response to Trump's nicknames. So it's like a double whammy. I feel very happy about all of this, actually. It's great development. Now, just want to give you all a refresher. This is really important, hard-hitting stuff of the nicknames that Trump has used in the past, not only with DeSantis, but others. For instance, there's Sleepy Joe, Lion Ted, Little Marco, Crooked Hillary, the unfortunate Pocahontas, which has the hateful element to it. There's Crazy Bernie, which by the way never really stuck.
Yeah, there's a reason why, because he's a populist.
Because he's awesome, right? And then there's Low Energy Jeb. By the way, it's really hard to attack a guy who has a pretty narrow focus in helping the American people economically, regardless of what their political affiliation is, and that's Bernie Sanders. What he talks about repeatedly over and over again is healthcare, wages, stuff that the majority of Americans agree on because the majority of Americans deal with this rigged economic system. So that's the reason why Crazy Bernie doesn't stick. Crazy Bernie is always looking out for ordinary Americans, whereas every other politician is trying to figure out ways to enrich themselves through politics.
So we're going to analyze Trump's new potential nicknames for DeSantis, but keep in mind what we think makes a good nickname, okay? So the reason why all the other nicknames worked and Bernie's didn't is because Jeb was low energy. So I got that a little wrong. I said sleepy. That's Joe Biden, okay? Yeah. And Biden is a little sleepy, right? Yeah. And Jeb is definitely low energy. And look at what the nickname he gave Little Marco. And what did I used to call Marco Rubio before even Trump came around? I used to say all the time, he's a boy, right? So because he is a plastic little corporate boy, and so that's why he calls him Little Marco. Those work because it evokes something that you already thought about them, right? Like the accurate nickname for Bernie would be, he wants to help the average American Bernie. And that's not a good attack name.
No.
Okay, it's not a good attack nickname. Now, when you turn to DeSantis, that's why Meatball Ron.
No, it's great. It's great. I love Meatball Ron.
Sense. But he says he's eliminating that one. We'll see.
No, come on, Meatball Ron is good.
He's gonna go back to it, I guarantee.
He has to. Okay, so I've got a few faves, but I'll give you the list. So my least favorite, Ron DeSanctimonious.
That's because he didn't come up with it. Idiot Roger Stone did. No one likes that. It's a word that not a single Republican voter even knows the meaning of.
It just doesn't even make sense.
And it's so long. It's so not Trump.
There's Meatball Ron, which is, honestly, for me, that might be my favorite, but let's go to the rest. There's Ron Dishonest, clever. There's Ron De-establishment.
I kind of like that one.
It's not bad. And look, it's simple, but it packs a punch. Tiny D.
Does it? Does it pack a punch?
A little punch, a little baby punch.
Tiny punch.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
Come on. So it's either Meatball Ron or Tiny D for me.
Yeah. So look, I don't know if he got blowback from Italians for Meatball Ron.
Come on, Italians.
Okay. Look, DeSantis' head looks like a meatball. It does, okay? So let's just keep it real. Anyways, but that's just like gratuitous. If you're looking for the one that is the most accurate, well, the most accurate is Ron the Establishment. And by the way, I mean, coming from the left, I used to say that if Obama had a wrestling nickname, it'd be the Establishment. So these are all the same politicians. Now, DeSantis is horrible on social issues, whereas Obama wasn't. Just want to be clear about that. DeSantis pushed hatred against black people, gay people, etc., and Obama never did that. But on economic issues, find a difference. I challenge you. But it's not as catchy as Tiny D. And the reason why Tiny D makes some sense is because he's a mini-me of Trump. So that's what DeSantis is mainly known for. Remember the ad where he had the baby saying, "Oh my God, even my baby loves Trump. And look at me, Trump, 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 I'm Tiny D."
Oh my God.
So, and yes, we know what the other reference is. And so it's both cutting and relatively accurate.
Yep.
And so that might be the winner. And it's gonna make Kilmeade very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. Yeah.
All the Fox hosts, very uncomfortable because they got a memo saying push DeSantis. Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.